rework our businesses from fear and scarcity and comparison and competition, we don't serve ourselves, our teams, or our businesses. I am a huge advocate for self-care. I am very disciplined in the choices that I make every single day because we live in a world that tells us that we are not enough, and you're gonna go to bed every night without your to-do list finished, which means you're gonna tell yourself that you're not enough. And so you have to do the behaviors of self-love in your self-care. So working my business first starts with that. I have to fill myself up so that I can give more to my team and to my customers. You cannot keep giving from an empty vat. You are not this endless dark hole where you can keep stuffing your emotional pain and your stress. You have to fill up. This is freedom. How often do we sabotage ourselves and not truly show up because we fear what people will think and how they'll judge us? The reality is, they aren't even thinking about us. And if they are, it's more of a reflection of them than us. And what happens when we realize this truth? We can have freedom. Freedom to be who we want to be, freedom to be aligned with our values, freedom to show up as ourselves, flaws and all, owning all the parts of our stories. It has only been in the surrender and work of the permission of the and that I have become the person I was never able to see in those traumas, and the one who is only because of those traumas. There will always be dark in the light, and often our light only comes of the dark. Because hard is just hard, and struggle is struggle. And when we stop comparing our hards and our struggle, then we aren't so alone in it. The only thing we have control over is how we think, feel, and behave. So what's the mindset I'm going into things with? Think of someone that you're constantly judging, constantly being let down by, like you're really struggling with that person.
Yes.
What would be different about you if that honestly was their best? Most likely, you would need to change something about what you're doing with that person. Stop going to them for help because they always disappoint you.
Yes.
Set that boundary. So it's not really a question of are people doing their best, it's how is my life different when I choose to believe that that's your best, even if your best is not awesome. Yeah, sometimes life is really hard.
Yeah.
And awesome.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And so much of the hard is on us. Our brain will do its job in keeping us very comfortable. And that, like, if you've fallen off track with self-care, it'll be like, but you can't do all of it, so you don't need to start again anyways. Like, whereas I really teach people, like, begin again. Start with just one thing. Right. It doesn't need to be 30 minutes or you sit down for an hour to fill up because your brain's gonna say, like, you don't have time for that. Like, are you serious? So you begin with just a few minutes, start filling yourself up, get a habit of it, and then you kind of add to it every day.